Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Appalachian History Detectives. Today we are on a very special dig because I have a special guest, and you're going to meet him here in a little bit. But just give you a little bit background on this dig. A Revolutionary War Patriot by the name of Robert Lockhart lived here. I don't know where his home site is. I do know that it's in this area, and we're searching for it. So what am I going to look for? I'm going to be looking for things that are in the 1700s, early 1800s. Philadelphia. He was in the Philadelphia Home Guards. He moved here to this part of Virginia in I think it was 1793 is when he got this property and built his cabin. This family is very famous, even though you've never heard of him. Robert Lockhart attained to the rank of major. He had a son named Josiah. Josiah was a brigadier general in the War of 1812, and Josiah's home place is just right up the road here. Josiah had a son. His name was also Robert Lockhart Jr., and Robert Lockhart's story is very unique. He got killed in a shootout. He took leave from the Confederate picket he was with, and some neighbors found out about it, and the Union picket came to him. And they had a shootout. The place that he was shot and killed is just right over here. I'll show you that in a little bit. And the door that he was hiding behind is still here. And I got pictures of that. You'll see it in the video. We're excited about this dig. I don't know what I'll find here. I'm hoping we find a lot of great treasures. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in a little bit. GORE, Virginia is a unique little community tucked away in the mountains of western Virginia. Long before the historic Northwestern Turnpike cut a path through the rugged terrain in 1832, it was a thriving way station for travelers heading west on the Great Wagon Road. Some of the first business industries were taverns and inns, which thrived, being a day's journey from the larger town of Winchester. The land was owned by Lord Fairfax and surveyed by George Washington, who traveled extensively in the region. The first noted pioneer, Jeremiah Smith, was personally known by a young George Washington and was one of the first settlers in the valley. His descendants still call GORE home, and his legacy in the valley lives on. But what may not be known are the others who have lasting legacies and have made significant contributions to the American story. Further, back in time, GORE was named for an admired and respected family who operated an inn. The Lockhart family had a long and noble impact on the Back Creek Valley. The town of Lockhart was named after Robert Lockhart, who received numerous patents from Lord Fairfax and settled along the creek. However, it was his son Josiah who put Lockhart on the map, after rising to brigadier general in the War of 1812 and was involved in the surrender of Detroit. Unfortunately, it was Josiah's son, Robert V. Lockhart Jr., who would eliminate the name from the map and from the history books altogether. Stay tuned to part 2 on our 2-day journey into what plunged the family into obscurity.
But the one just before, really nice.
Hello everyone, I am here with the Chig.
The Chig? Does Uncle Chig hat on? No, Chig's the Army guy.
And Chig got us hats too. The Chig...
hey, I wanted to take something. I noticed with your hat, it's got little stars by it. That means you took me digging. Personal relationship.
Oh, wow. Well,
mine doesn't even have that.
The Chig was caught in traffic coming here this morning, so I feel so bad because there was an accident on the interstate, and he sat in traffic for just so long. And so my son and I, we've already been digging, and we have already been pulling out some things out of the ground, some good things that you're going to see at the end of the day.
Oh, it's such a tease.
You got to stay tuned. But we are on site, and we have a lot of ground to cover here, and I'm excited to get some pointers from the Chig. I'm delighted to have him here.
You'll be sick of him by the end of the day. Trust me.
And I truly expect him to find a lot more than I find. So stay tuned. I'm glad to have you all on this dig with us, and I hope you learned something about the site and the family that occupied it. I thought I saw it here. Yeah, I've got, it looks like a coin. Looks like a copper coin. Actually, I think it's a button. Yeah, it's a button. Still got the shank on it, so you can see it. I don't see any writing yet. Let me see. Well, there's a lot of green on there. Let me clean it up here. It's a good find. All right, I had a solid 65 right here. I don't know what this is. Looks like maybe an old pocket knife. I think that's what it is. I think it's an old pocket knife. All right, that's good. Okay, I just pulled this out of this ground right here. And I believe this goes to a harmonica. Maybe a harmonica reed or the plate of the harmonica. I'm gonna look around here. We pulled it out. As soon as I pulled it out of the ground, it came popping right out. This is a good find. I just found this pocket knife in this hole right here. I need to clean that up. I don't know how old it is, but it still has the bone on it. And I just found that reed right up there. Everything I've been finding has been just right here on this path. So, not bad. I'll keep it. Okay, I just dug this out of the ground. Let's drop down the hole. I don't know. I'll have to ask. I'll ask the Chig. He's right up there. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I took this to the Chig because I don't know what it is. I thought it was TOMBAC, but he says it's something better than that. This is a piece of a pewter spoon or a pewter utensil, but he thinks it's a spoon, and it actually has, I don't know if you can see this, but it has an eagle on it. This is definitely 1700s, which is good. Let's keep going. I don't know. Looks like it might be a real old button. A dandy button. Maybe? Maybe a part of a dandy button? Don't know. Let me clean this off. Found this TOMBAC button in this hole right here. But that's not the only thing I found. I also found this out of that hole. What do you think that is? Same hole that TOMBAC button came out of. That came out of. Okay, I found a third item in that same hole. I found the TOMBAC button in that hole. And I found that, I don't know, a digging utensil, I'm not sure. You guys are going to have to help me with that one. But in the same hole, I'll let you see it, I pulled this out of there. But it's an old horseshoe. And it might be a mule shoe or a donkey shoe. It seems awfully small. But while I was digging that out of the ground, my son brought me this that he dug out of the ground. Does that look like a spoon handle, a fork handle? You can see a little bit decorations on there. The Chig thinks it might be part of a handle of a knife. It could be. All right, let's continue. My son found something interesting. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, that is a, I'd say it's a brass copper. It's a D. I don't know if it's that old, but it looks beautiful.
I think it probably is because of this, the kind of flat.
Yeah, that's a pretty buckle.
Well, it's about old. 9 inches down. So.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's awesome, son.
You're digging me, man.
All the goodies are right here.
That's a nice one. I think it's gonna be pretty old.
Yeah.
You see that same kind of style, but usually they're more roundish. They're newer.
Yeah.
That's so flat. I'm very hopeful that's pretty old.
That's beautiful, son. Alright, what I pulled out of the ground, when I showed you that buckle over there my son found, I was digging here in this hole, and I found this, and it is ferrous metal, so it means it's got iron in it, and it's a lid, but it's too small of a lid to be from a can. I mean, snuff can? I don't know. I'll clean it up, see if we can read something on it. I dug this out of this hole, and this is actually a pretty deep hole. And I have no idea what this thing could be. See, it's angled. It's got this end on it. You know, I think Look, there was a hole here, right there. I think this was a spoon. I think that's what this was. I think the handle came on up here. There was a hole that you could put this up against, and this end could have been a spoon. All right, I found this in this hole. It's about 5 or 6 inches deep. This is iron. I don't know what it is. It's got, you know, it looks like maybe a plate of something. Maybe an escutcheon plate. I don't know. I'll have to clean this up and see what it is. Okay, I'm here digging in this hole, and I still have something here. I'll let you listen. Well, maybe. Yeah, right there. So we're going to dig that. We're going to find out what that is. But I've dug this hole, and I found, I mean, it's iron, but I think it might be a part of a buckle. I don't know.
We need to get that covered before, like,
yeah.
Cannonball.
Well, Chig said that there would be a well around here somewhere, and we found it, and that is, good gosh, there's water in there, and that looks deep.
Looks like we need a camera to go down there. It's in one of my rigs.
Yeah,
We'll drop a camera down there. It's probably full of gold coins and cutlasses.
Oh man,
that's awesome. Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I hate to see these open like that, because deer, raccoons, and stuff can fall in there ground. So we'll need to make sure we find something to put over that.
And you can tell that board is old.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. That's old. That's old. No, I'm still thinking the old house, the original, right up in here, where you find all that stuff.
Yep.
Because there's so much iron right in that area too. But that's a beautiful well.
It's awesome.
It is.
Okay, right there's the well, and I'm right here in this hole. It's iron. I know it's iron, but it's heavy. And I'm not sure what kind of wrench it is, what it goes to. You can see how thick it is. And this end looks to be about the same as this end. So, I don't know. I don't know what kind of wrench that is. But I found it in this hole. And I'm not far from that well. The well's just right there. So we'll keep looking. We'll keep digging. Okay, my battery died, so I had to change out my battery in my GoPro here. But I dug something up, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's old. I'll let you take a look. This is what I pulled out of the ground. I don't know. Is it copper? Holy cow, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is that? Does anybody out there know what that is? Okay, I was digging in this hole right here, and I found two things of interest. One is this 12 gauge slug, and you can see that it's full brass. I think this is old, real old, like 1880s old. So we'll have to check this out. I'll have to clean it up and check it out. But I also found this. Is that a bear claw? Is that a tooth of an animal? I mean, it looks like a bear claw to me. It's very interesting. You tell me what it is, but it looks like a bear claw. Well, we're about calling it quits. And this is the Chig's last dig.
Well, this will be the last one.
Let's see him pull a coin out of there. Or something from the 1700s.
Uh-oh. Look at the sound of that, huh?
The sound of irony, huh?
And there's just a link to a chain right there. Waters here are very small.
Yeah.
Very, very small. That's one of the repair link for a chain. Okay. Very, very small. And frozen. Yeah, the ground's freezing again.
When that sun goes down, it gets cold.
See it?
What is it?
See it?
Oh no, it's a lid. It's a zinc lid.
I don't know. Could be not a D-disc.
Oh, yeah. No, what is that?
It's just a lid of some sort. Yeah, it's just a little lid. Well, that was a very sad last time. Let me check the hole. Yeah.
Well, there was some excitement there.
Yeah, we never know.
All right, I'm going to do a wrap up with the Chig, and we've got everything laid out here, and we have some very interesting stuff, and we found a lot of stuff, and we're gonna go through it real quick, and I guess try to determine the age of this place. I'll let Chig say what he thinks it is.
Well, I tell you, yeah, what I'm seeing here is we got some pretty old stuff. I mean, like the TOMBAC button. We definitely can date that back into the 1700s.
TOMBAC
this one might be a little bit later. You know, we can check the back mark on it, probably get a date on that. Some of the stuff is pretty old. A lot of it isn't as old as, you know, the 1700s. There's a lot of post-Civil War stuff here.
Okay.
Naturally. And it's just not quite what I would be expecting to find for a really rich house from the 1700s. Mm-hmm. But it's not saying that's not what that is.
Okay.
So, I think we need to investigate it a little bit more. Maybe do a little more digging. Obviously, it was lived in, you know, in the early 1900s. And that kind of makes it hard for us without actually digging test pits.
Right.
Because we're just getting the surface stuff, which is all mixed in. Most has a lot of that, you know, 1900 stuff in it.
Right.
And we just need to get under that, I think.
So, the Chig, I mean, he did find an old coin here. I don't know if that's
yeah, there's a couple wheat pennies in there.
Pennies?
Probably most interesting thing, and maybe something that is going to tell us a little bit of the story, is this thing right here. Because if you look at it, I can't read it all right now, but I'll be able to. It says, if lost, return to. So it's probably going to have somebody's name on it. Maybe the people who lived in the house.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, but I haven't really cleaned it too much because I want to look at it really up close first before I just, you know, potentially destroy it. But I think it's going to be fine, and we'll be able to read that. And I'll get a good close-up of that.
Okay, and the Chig found one side of a lock.
Well, that's not it.
That's not it? I'm looking at the wrong thing there, aren't I?
Okay. Kind of look like a lock. Actually, it could be a lock.
Oh, here it is.
That's the other half of the one you found.
Yep. He found one, and I found the other half.
Thimble. That's pretty cool.
Thimble?
Yeah, some good shark's tooth looking
Found
thing.
some old pocket knives. I don't know how old those are, actually. I don't know if that's bone or ivory. It might be bone.
It's probably bone. Yeah, it's pretty bone.
Here's another one that we found, and Found this old stirrup from a saddle from a, not sure, Civil War before.
It's really hard to date those because those were handmade.
My son found this buckle. It's a pretty buckle, you can see. And he also found this. I'm not sure what this is. It does have a floral. I don't know if that's part of a knife or a fork. It seems too thin to me. He also found this piece of pottery. Crock. Found a lot of old farm stuff. This was an interesting horseshoe. Not sure what kind of shoe that went to, if it was a donkey, a mule, or a small pony. We did find some crock and some china. We found some digging tools, and we found quite a bit. And I did not cover this yet, but I found this across the road, still on the property. But Chig did a section. You're going to have to go through his video, because he did a segment on this, and he says it's a chalk block, but it's stone. Potentially. This is a rock, and I found this on the Pioneer Road that's down here next to the creek, and I didn't cover this piece of wood here. Let me, my son can turn it around here. It's got the tenons, we call them tenons or tendons, and you can see that it's all pretty old. And this came from a cabin that actually stood here on the property, further down than where we went. We never got down that far, and the cabin was moved when they put the turnpike in. So that's what we have.
So that's what we have.
That's all we have.
We say so all this. You say
I
so.
say so
I say
all the time.
So do I. We were just talking about that. You're going to quit saying it, you know. So that's all we have.